There's so much Zyto language or terminology that does seem to be a bit confusing. The range is determined by measuring the responses to 35 neutral virtual items at the beginning of every Zyto scan. And so those that are in range may be considered a stressor that the body can handle naturally on its own. Those are going to be to the left of your range line in the range value in the center. The ones that are out of range are going to be the ones that might be supported by the products that you use. It's not necessarily the plus or the minus that matters as much as those that are out of range. What does this slide say to you? This is mine, actually, and my ratio is mega, mega high. And someone might look at this and say, wow, you only have 7 biomarkers out of alignment. But actually, this should be a pretty high alert that something else is going on. So yes, while I only have 7 biomarkers out of alignment, my ratio is so high that this is an indicator that something else is going on in my environment to make my ratio that high. On the average, what the Zyto 5.0 likes to see as a quote-unquote normal range is between 2 and 10. And if the ratio is higher than that, then we need to be thinking outside of the box as to what may be going on inside someone else's environment to make that ratio so very high. According to Brian Hancock, who is the senior trainer at the Zyto Corporation, he says the body is very similar to a circuit breaker. So, in a circuit breaker, you have wires that are going from the circuit breaker to the light switch. And then you have wiring from the light switch going to the outlets. Or you have wiring going from the light switch to the light. And if anything is off in between there, then it can cause the circuit breaker to blow. The same thing goes with the TCM meridians, all right, the traditional Chinese meridians. So that's why when you take a look at something like I posted on my report, it doesn't mean that something's wrong with my gallbladder or my adrenal glands. What it's saying is that if something is out of a line anywhere on there, then it can cause other things to be out of a line as well. So actually, one of the biggest things that is out of a line for me is grief, which makes a lot of sense in my own common situation. This is a really good example of why people start to panic. When people see a chart like this, they say, oh my gosh, I have cardio issues, I have issues with all kinds of things, pituitary. I mean, I'm in the red, right? So I must be sick. But the answer is probably not. When we have emotional stressors in our lives, they can certainly wreak havoc on our bodies in other ways. So we need to take into account what's going on here. If you look at the range, which is 33.43, if I'm reading it correctly, something else is happening in their life to make that range so high. The odds are that the emotional stressors of what's happening is causing a little bit of havoc in the other body systems. And so it's really important that when you are reading a report, you don't jump to, oh my gosh, there's pesticides in their body. Oh my gosh, there's water contaminants in your body. No, but it does make us more susceptible to those things around us. So you have to make a time to look at the bigger picture. The Vectors tab, while it cannot be printed, is a really awesome resource, because if you're looking at a report and you see something that has been marked as needing extra support, for instance, on the vertebrae tab, you can click on the Vectors tab and mark the vertebrae that needs extra support and see the traditional Chinese medicine meridians that are related to that area. And so that gives you an idea as far as like any other type of clinician, like an acupuncturist or a chiropractor that may work on those areas of the body in order to bring that area back into alignment. So you cannot print this report, but it's an awesome resource for you to see what is related as far as the different areas of your body. The very best part about Zyto, for me anyway, is that I have had the opportunity to certify with them online, and there is a Zyto coach in case there have been any questions that I have had where I have gone back and forth with them, and they have supported me greatly. So I think the best advice is to go online if you have the Balance 5.0, do the training, spend time really learning from the experts there, and if you have any questions, you can contact the team, who is awesome at answering your questions. And also, I think the experts really are your clients, so you need to ask them the questions in order to find out the whole report and the whole roundabout truth to what you are reading. But this is exciting times, and I hope that this information helps you.